Whenever you are walking in a hallway, do you ever actually stare at the people as they walk by you and just stare at them, just see what they do? I find myself doing this. And it is a very interesting experiment to see how people react. It's very interesting. You should try it sometime. Anyways, we are answering some questions by version 3.0. Sorry, it took me about a week to get to your video, and this is probably going to be posted a bit later so I can space out some of the videos, but I'm getting to your question as we speak in this dark room. Oh, alright, his question is, how does an INTP deal with unwanted personal attention from other people? Now, someone answered, Austin Wright answered him, by ignoring them. Okay, yes, if we want to compress everything and put it into one sentence, that's how you do it. However, I'm gonna unpack it a little bit because it's a little more complicated than that. I have, for many times, experienced this where I'm trying to figure out how to get someone to stop. Like, I don't want this personal attention from them, but I get to that point, or like whatnot. It doesn't start there right away. And this is what happens. So especially like in high school, there'll be these kids, and everyone would always ignore them. And they always be seen as the social outcasts and odd and weird, and people make fun of them and whisper behind everyone's back and whatnot. And so I feel bad for them, and I'm just like, how bad can they really be? And so I give them a little attention. I'm like, you know what? Hey, you asked a question. I'll give you an actual thought-out answer, or I'll consider you as a human being. What sucks in this world is that some people, when they get that ounce of attention like that, and they've never been given that attention beforehand, they not freak out, they go overboard, and they go charging after you and start trying to suck out all the attention out of you, and just try to get your attention, like, hey, 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 and you're just like, oh, this was not what's supposed to happen, I was supposed to give you a little attention, and we can build up to that point or whatever, but now it's like, I hit the ball and I expect to go to home base right away. Weird analogy to say, but that's what it feels like. We're just like, take me out to dinner first, please. But no dinner, no cocktails, no fancy little lemons on the side of wine glasses. Do you even have a lemon on the side of a wine glass? Anyway, and so what we would do is just, or what I would have to be forced to do is I would actually plan out my day. And know that this person is going to be at these places certain times of the day, and then I try to avoid those places at certain times, and then hopefully, by that point, and whenever they contact me, or or they talk to me, I will do things to try to, I wouldn't just put up a wall right away, it's just, I'm letting them know there's a drift, so I still give them some information, or I still give them a piece of me, but it's just a little bit at a time, so my hope is that it just gets smaller and smaller, and before you know it, and so it doesn't feel so bad. That's my hope, at least. And so, yes, it's by ignoring them, yes, it's by doing these other things, but that's like people that are just like demanding your attention, because I don't really do that often to people normally, like just ignoring them, and even on like unwanted attention, it's normally because of people being very demanding of your presence, of your attention, of everything. They just keep asking you, people demand. I was like, shut up for a moment. So that's the problem that I would end up having. Sometimes though, if I'm just having a really crummy day and I'm just trying to get my brain just to stop buzzing, and someone comes like, hi, and so I have to figure, but if they're friends, then you just try to be like, hey, at least you can be a little more honest with them, so it feels like, and just like, hey, I'm just having a crummy day right now. But yeah, so that's what I end up doing to people that I don't want their attention, but I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't really, well, I guess I have, but not as often. In high school, it was all the time, and like in college, there's a couple of those people, but what's nice is that sometimes we just understand, hey, we are college friends, and we don't really go outside the bounds of this college existence or college world, because that's when that's going to start happening again. And so we're here. I don't mind seeing you in class, don't mind seeing you in between classes, but when we start getting personal, then that gunk is going to come out, and whatnot. And so, it's just before I foresee that, and I'm like, I'm not willing and I'm not prepared to be able to be there for you in all those places. So I just kind of make sure I don't allow that opportunity to happen. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're an INTP or anybody else, what do you think? Do you have those kind of things? Do you try to figure out how to avoid awkward people, or not awkward people, but like just situations without hopefully burning houses down? Some people burn houses down. I try not to do that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in another video, another life. You never know.